The logistics landscape is the result of shifting industrial configurations in America from concentrated in the late 19th and early 20th centuries to decentralized in the mid-20th century to redistributed networks in the 21st century. The first shift from concentrated to decentralized was characterized by the national highway system and suburbanization. The second shift, from decentralized to redistributed, is dispersing industry internationally due to increasing trade and neoliberal economic policies. This latest shift is producing the logistics landscape, which is characterized by new industrial forms based on global supply chains and vast territories given over to the shipment, staging, and delivery of goods. However, logistics landscapes have yet to be fully described and theorized in design literature. Thus, this research offers a theoretical framework for describing logistics landscapes using photographs, diagrams, and maps. Three categories of logistics landscapes have emerged, the first being distribution and delivery. These are the basic functions of the supply chain, best exemplified by telecommunications networks, airports, ports, and intermodal facilities. Cell phone networks facilitate and control the distribution of goods, thus they have enjoyed explosive growth following deregulation. Similarly, airport deregulation in 1978 centralized commercial flights in a hub-and-spoke pattern. Moreover, airports with special tax status, solely dedicated to the movement of goods, have arisen outside large metropolitan areas. Coastal superports are another hallmark of distribution infrastructure. The port of Los Angeles Long Beach in California is large enough to contain its own foreign trade zone. But on the ground, goods are moved through expansive intermodal facilities that transfer shipping containers from one mode to another, for example, train to truck. These distribution and delivery systems rely heavily on transportation networks. As a result, there has been increased demand in public investment in transportation infrastructure. Plus, the speed and certainty assured by distribution and delivery systems have fostered larger economies of scale in the selling of consumer goods, evidenced by the proliferation of the big box store. The second category, consumption and convenience, represents the easy abundance and cheap calories of strip mall urbanism and the fast food culture it is organized to serve. These economies depend on enormous off-site operations of resource extraction, harvesting, and staging. For example, the Big Mac is a typical convenience consumer product. To make Big Macs, McDonald's depends on many other networks and logistics landscapes that extract resources, produce ingredients, and transport them long distances. Next, these out-of-sight logistics landscapes and the goods they produce converge at places like supermarkets, malls, and other retail fronts, which are primarily speculative real estate investments, functioning as a tenant to strip development surrounding it. Finally, accommodation and disposal describe the staging, storage, and disposal of consumer goods. For example, the industry of manufactured housing, formerly known as mobile homes, is the largest it has ever been, producing ever larger houses and expanding to fill diverse markets. But a manufactured house begins life as embedded energy in raw materials harvested at industrial scales across the country. As a result, it is linked to the lumber harvesting and replanting industries. With consumption increases, self-storage facilities have arisen as a profitable enterprise on city peripheries. They are a low-cost, low-risk development that provides profit while the land is appreciating in value with increasing urbanization. But what happens to consumer goods at the end of their increasingly shorter lifespans? Because of suburbanization, waste now spends more time on the road, traveling farther distances to landfills, incinerators, and dumps. Consumption is now not only tied to networks of distribution, but also networks of disposal. This preliminary research begins to claim the new phenomenon of logistics landscapes for planners and designers. In doing so, planners and designers have the opportunity to diversify their fields, making them more relevant and engaged in spatial dimensions of contemporary American culture and the political and economic realities of their times. For more information, please read the original publication written by Charles Waldheim and Alan Berger in Landscape Journal, published in 2008.